Hi, and welcome back to K-May Mermaid. This particular week has been quite fun and colorful. I'm going to show you some of the fun stuff that I've gotten over the weekend for sourcing for my reselling on Whatnot, and occasionally eBay and Mercari. This is gorgeous. Love all the bling and rhinestones to it. It is a vintage piece. I don't see a signature though, unfortunately, but it's still got value to it. Just because something doesn't have a signature does not mean that it doesn't have value. This, however, is signed, and that is a really unique piece. I've never seen this one before. You can actually see through the windows, and it is signed. That is a really, really neat piece. Don't mind my wind chimes. It is extremely windy here. We just had a storm last night. The wind is quite ferocious out there. That is a really unique brooch. And as you know, I like to find the unique stuff. The unique and the blingy. There's another one. Now this is a pendant, but still vintage and still blingy. So I'll find a chain for that, and that will make for a good sale. This one's on the smaller side, but I thought it was really interesting how it's like half a circle and rounded. So I grabbed it. Now, mind you, because of the storm and the coldness, it's a little harder to source in the wintertime. You know, we don't have the options of too many yard sales, of course, and it's slim pickings. So you do what you can and get creative. If you have to source on other apps, maybe you'll run across some deals. This is really cute. It's got a wolf, an Indian woman, and it's a pendant. I also grab things that aren't jewelry sometimes, such as this box. Turn it upside. There we go. I love little trinket boxes. I love to grab pill boxes, which is what these are. And I've seen some pill boxes, especially ones that are like this. Notre Dame, like put as like almost $90 on eBay. So certainly worth picking up. If you see one for like $1 or $2, don't run away from it, because pill boxes are definitely increasing in value lately. I've had a lot of call for it. Same with compacts, things of that nature. This is so cute. Now this one I did source from Whatnot. Another seller was selling it, and I was like, wait, I can't let that go, especially for $1. It is the cutest little pill box ever. Isn't that adorable? For $1? Yeah, I'm definitely not passing that up. I got these clip-ons. They're not signed, but they are very beautifully pronged in and just absolutely eye-catching. These I was on the fence about, but I do seem to have a an 80s following of people that like 80s stuff. So sometimes, you know, I always say that there's the right jewelry for every, you know, there's a wearer for every type of jewelry. So even if you might not personally wear it or you don't personally like it, there is somebody that is exactly their style. And some people just like to collect it or make it into art projects and stuff. I didn't know what this was. I mean, obviously it's a pendant, but it's interesting, unique patterns. Made me say, hey, I better grab that just in case. But that would make a good necklace. I'm sure I have a chain that, you know, I could put that on. This is gorgeous. Is it a dead stone? Are we missing a stone, or is there a gap? That I don't know. Just looks like a gap, actually. There's not a setting for the stone to fit in there, so I don't know what's going on there. And also keep in mind, prom season and wedding season coming up. A lot of people like that something old vintage look. I know I personally did my wedding in milk glass and vintage, so I had a very Victorian style to it. A lot of people do that, especially around here. I love that rose bracelet. Pretty sure I have a necklace that matches that. This, I couldn't make out what it says for the maker. It is kind of like scratched in that area. It looks like it says Marink, but I tried looking that up and couldn't find anything, so I'm not sure. If anybody knows, please feel free to comment. Let me know. I'm always trying to find more information about the jewelry and learn. It's always a learning thing. No one person knows everything about jewelry. This is cool. It was definitely a gold rush this weekend. And that's not finding actual gold. That's finding gold tone everything. When you find a lot of gold tone stuff, there's a large calling for it. It does not have to be real. In fact, a lot of vintage stuff goes for just as much. This right here is a West Germany piece. It's definitely not real gold, but it'll still sell pretty high. All right, let's look at this flower. I love it. It's got a little iridescent rhinestone center, and that is an enamel flower brooch. Growing up, my mom had a vase filled with enamel metal flowers, and I always used to touch it and play with it, and I just loved it. Look at that one. It looks like wheat. That is so cool. And it is signed. Awesome. Love it, love it, love it. This is a neat costume piece. It's got a little feather at the end of the bracelet. Little gold tone hinge bracelet. Now, if you're used to seeing prices on eBay and you haven't checked out Whatnot yet, a lot of times you will find things that are so much less for starting bids on Whatnot than on eBay. This is neat little cameos. Cameo earrings, clip-ons. This one's been staring me in the face for a while, so let's take a look at that. And that is a Joan Rivers piece. Very nice. Joan Rivers usually goes pretty up there in pricing sometimes, especially compared to, you know, what the piece is. Here is another Joan Rivers piece I have. Very large, it's 5 inches in length. Joan Rivers leaf brooch. And these usually go for about 30 bucks. And there are people, especially in the wintertime, that exclusively source from Whatnot, because a lot of times you can get some good deals. And then they resell it on eBay or Mercari. The benefit of doing that is that I can get something for $1, $2, $3, maybe even $5 that is worth so much more on eBay or Mercari. It's just a matter of waiting and taking the time to do it. eBay is a slower sale. Mercari is a slower sale than Whatnot. Whatnot is fast and cheaper. So if you got the time, if you work from home, you could not even have to leave your house to do your sourcing. And source from Whatnot to sell on the other apps, or Poshmark, or Etsy. Where there's some jobs where you have the luxury of being able to be on your phone while you're at work. I know a few people like that have plenty of time at their work that they can be on their phone as well. I had to get this. It was just so cute and colorful. It's a little gecko seed bead bracelet. That is absolutely so cute. If you have the luxury of being on your phone at your job and you're just, you know, waiting for the clock to click down, why not make money while you're making money? Check out this mermaid tail one. Mermaid tail necklace. And that's a shepherd hook. That is awesome. So you could literally take your pictures and work on posting your stuff while you're at your other job. That's what I would do if I was still working. If I was at a job that I could totally do that. This is cool. The gold lion. That's a bracelet. This I was very excited about. It's got all the different automobile brands. Isn't that neat? And motorcycle. That's gonna be a good seller. That won't last in the store long, I know. This is one of those pieces I just had to grab. It is so blingy and colorful and sparkly. Look at that. That is just... I know it's a more modern piece, but I couldn't help myself. I mean, that's gonna sell quick. Your rule of thumb is if it's pretty, if it's unique, you grab it. You grab it because you know if it caught your eye, it's going to catch someone else's eye. if it made you excited to find it, then grab it. Check this one out. This is a really tiny stretch bracelet. But back in the day, I mean, people were a lot, I guess, smaller. So it seems to be more common to find older vintage bracelets that are small and tiny and petite. I grabbed this. It is, I guess, what, walnuts, maybe? As odd as it sounds, there's literally something for everybody. Everybody collects something or wears something that somebody else doesn't. So, gotta get the elephants. That's a brooch. A lot of gold tone this weekend. These are clip-ons. Love grabbing unique clip-ons. This is a really neat bangle. It's got rhinestones, it's got pearls, it's got that chain metal linked. I've never seen a ring look quite like this. It's like got a double layer to it, but it's the same size throughout on the inside. If nothing else, my chimes will entertain you. This I had to get. Again, I love the little boxes. This is for Virginia. It is a little scratched up, but it's just too cool. There's the inside. Just a little pill box, trinket box, money keeper, whatever you want to put in there. Love these. Had to get them. They're clip-ons. Now, I don't always get cufflinks, but when I do, I usually get something that's not plain. Something that's more bold, like those. Something that has color to it, or stone, or... There's some very unique cufflinks out there. This one I was on the fence about. I haven't had a chance to look it up yet. And since there's so many fakes, it's totally possible. You don't want to be selling fakes. But it has a fold-over latch, which made me think, well, maybe it's vintage. Maybe it's not fake. Because if somebody's going to make a fake, they're going to put lobster claw clasp, probably. So that I was kind of teetering between, is it really Chanel or is it not? And this bracelet has stones on it. I do run into a lot of those, and some of them are very pretty, and they're like missing one stone, so I always grab them so I could fix another one if I have to. This had a very unique pattern, so I grabbed it. I love that this has such rich gold tones and silver tones alternating in the links. It is more of a modern piece, but it also appears to be signed. So naturally I grabbed it. Bold pieces are always worth grabbing. Usually the bold ones are the ones that are worth the money. toggle clasp bracelet with little coins. If this is staring you in the face, let me go ahead and grab that and show it to you. Sometimes I run across a bunch of micro mosaics, and then other times I don't see it for months at a time. Lately, it's been a lot of micro mosaics, and this is a very pretty one. Look at the fine detail in there, so pretty. And these all come from Italy. Micro mosaics all from Italy. It says it on the back too. So sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but I've never seen a micro mosaic not come from Italy. Colorful rhinestones, love it. Have to grab the colorful rhinestones. Have to. Little pendant. That would be cute on a chain. I'm sure I have a spare chain around that I can find for that. And that's another example of, it's so cute and pretty that I had to grab it, because if I found it to be eye-catching, someone else would too. Look, crystal ball look. Clowns is a touch and go subject. Some people hate them, some people love them. Some people think that they're collectible items, and other people think that they're scary and won't go near them. So it's a hit or miss. Sometimes I find people that love clowns and collect them and buy every clown item I have. And other times, forget it. It's a little rhinestone horseshoe brooch. Definitely vintage. The guy pulling the coach. Definitely a gold rush weekend. This one is a fold-over latch, rich gold tone with rhinestones, heavy duty. Gotta go weight to it bracelet. Cute tiger brooch. This one is a sign piece. Sarah Coventry has seen quite a surge of people looking for it. I've been getting a lot more requests for that lately, so I made sure I grabbed that. Clip-ons, definitely. Modern piece, but still pretty. Beads and cat's eye. So, you know, that's going to sell for $5. I can tell you right now, I'm going to price it at $5, and it'll probably, I have a 75% chance of that selling. This is beautiful. And that's Sign Miracle. A little Scottish two-tone brooch. I've seen this one before, and it sold pretty well. I think it sold for about 10 to 15. And I paid $2 for it. Most lives I usually sell anywhere between 50 to 100 pieces, sometimes more, of course. Just giving an average, that's about my average sales for a couple hours worth of work. And most items I don't pay too much for, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna, unless it's really worth it and the price point is going to come up significantly. Cameos always sell, whether they are really, really old or more modern. There are people that collect it. There are people that wear it, especially around here, the Victorian area. Cape May is extremely Victorian. Is actually, the whole town is a historic landmark. These are cool screwback earrings. So a lot of people do still wear them, especially if they go to Cape May. If you're going to Cape May just to visit, wear a cameo. Show support of the Victorian styles and architecture. You go to Disney, you wear ears. You go to Cape May, you wear a cameo. Toggle bracelet with a tree. Now, I want to remark at the fact that, yes, I did get something that was Christmas. There are people that collect deer brooches, and they shop for them around Christmas time, because that's the prime time to find a deer brooch. This is neat. Hand painted. And especially for the area I'm in, it's totally worth getting. Seagulls, we got a lot of those around here. This is a very unique piece. I'm going to take this out of the bag and show you. It is a convertible piece. And it basically has a fold-over latch right there. And if you keep going, you'll see that it also has a shepherd's hook. So it can be either a necklace, if you're in the mood to wear a necklace, or it could be a bracelet. So you have both options there. I know this is more modern, but the colors, I had to grab it. It's got like a boho vibe to it, or maybe even a sunset. This one is signed LCI, and it has horses on one side and grapes on the other. Another rich gold tone piece. Check out those clip-ons. Big, bold, and gold. That's the combo people are looking for. Big, bold, and gold. Charm bracelets are very hot right now. This is a vintage charm bracelet. Sure, it has some wear on it, but I'm sure it'll still sell. This is all metal beading and a shepherd hook necklace. This is absolutely beautiful. I love seeing them look like this. And that one can be either a brooch or a pendant. A few things outside of the camera view. I'll bring them in there so you can see a little better. The tray was quite full. These are post back, but they're so unique looking, I had to grab them. They're definitely not your everyday run-of-the-mill stuff. That was pretty, so I grabbed it. That's unique. If it didn't have that centerpiece in there, I probably wouldn't have grabbed it. But sometimes those stones and other accents are totally worth it. They make it stand out and make it unique. One singular charm on the bracelet. That one is a shepherd hook necklace. This one has all kinds of sea life on it. I didn't look it up yet, but I'm sure it's going to be interesting. Looks like a unique find. And last but not least, this tiny cuff. Rich gold tone, smaller size. The one lady was saying she thought that it might be real gold. We'll have to look into that. Well, thank you for watching the haul video for this week. And make sure you check out the Whatnot link. I'll post it in the comments. Thanks for watching. Until next time, until next week, blessings and be well.